Okay, well, as long as it shows up correctly on stream, it looks like it is. Let's go live. Oh, I'm already live. Hello. Welcome back to Goblin Gaming. We're here in Soulstone Survivors, exploring the brand new patch. Basically, the whole game was completely reworked. There's almost all the abilities in the game have been changed. There's a whole new buff debuff system. A lot of things have changed, so we're going to kind of dive on into this. We're going to start with a build for Barbarian that I think will work pretty well. So we're going to start with their first weapon, and we're going to use Whirlwind, which gains Bulwark and Finesse. These are two new buffs. Bulwark increases your block by X amount for 6 seconds, by 2. Finesse increases your multicast chance by 1% for 6 seconds, and you can stack multiple instances of this buff, so you can get quite a lot of multicast and quite a lot of block by stacking this. And we're also going to be grabbing Holy Hammer. We're going to do that by using the Skill Mastery rune, and what Holy Hammer does is it gives us the Purity buff, which after accumulating 20 of that, it's going to heal us. And then it also gives us Finesse as well. We are going to be grabbing Armor Shatter, which is a brand new ability. This ability gives the Shatter debuff on enemies, which reduces their armor by 20. And it can stack multiple times. It gives us Prowess buff, which gives us 8% damage modifier. So it's equivalent to the just raw damage buff, like passives that you can get. We're going to grab Double Slash, which now does Debilitate, which reduces damage that the enemies deal. It's going to give us Bulwark as well, so we get more block power. Block, of course, gives us dodge. I don't know why they call it block instead of dodge, but whatever. And Finesse, which gives us multi-strike chance. We're going to be grabbing Heartrending Strike. Heartrending Strike is going to apply Fragility, so it increases all damage that enemies receive. Gives us Bulwark and Finesse as well. You might be seeing a theme here. We're stacking lots of things that give us Bulwark and lots of things that give us Finesse, right? And then we're going to grab Scent of Blood, which is going to give us cooldown reduction based on the amount of Finesse we have currently active. And then we're going to be grabbing Subdue, which now scales with Finesse instead of Fragility. So it should be our main damage dealer. I'm not sure, I'm thinking I might consider dropping Armor Shatter or Titan's Cleaver if we end up needing more just raw damage. Because it scales with block power and we should be stacking a lot of block power. But I think getting the armor reduction on enemies is pretty important now because they've reworked the runes as well. So when we're looking at the runes, oh, you know what, let me just load the screen on my side window here real quick. All right, when we're looking at the curses that the enemies have, basically now you don't need to activate as many curse intensities in order to activate the curse. So like at Curse 7, we only have to have 38 active to get to Curse 7. Now you could just do a crazy run where you do everything all at once, and I have done that. It is very, very hard. Very, very hard. But for now, we're just going to start exploring with just basic Curse 7 runs, and then maybe in a future day, we'll do like full maxed out 60 curse runs. So what we're going to be running with right now, Lifeless Void, which is going to produce the healing we receive. Captains of the Void are going to have extra health, and now captains are like the elite enemies. Okay, they're going to have extra health, they're going to have armor, and they're going to have block. Warlords of the Void is going to give Lords of the Void armor and block. Revenge of the Void is going to have a chance for meteors to fall on our head when we kill enemies. There should be less of those random circles everywhere because I've reduced the number of curses that I have that do this, so it shouldn't be quite as crazy as normal, but there's still a lot of red on the ground. Clone Army is going to give us more elites, and we're going to make the elites tougher again with captains, and we're going to get 10% more enemies. This should give us more experience, which is actually going to work in our favor as long as we can maintain to kill everything, right? Clone Army is going to, again, give us more elites, more experience. House of Lords is going to give us more, basically, Rift Guardians, more Lords of the Void. And then Unholy Reinforcements for even more enemies. We're going to reduce the healing with Lifeless Void. We're going to be doing more elites again with Clone Army, more Lords with House of Lords. We're skipping Pillars of Despair altogether, so I don't have to hunt down pillars. This is going to be kind of nice. And we're skipping Revenge of the Void on this one because I want less meteors in general, right? Clone Army again, House of Lords again, Captains again, and Unholy Reinforcements again. So just increasing the number of spawn things and giving the elites and the bosses block and armor, which is why I think it's going to be important for us to have that armor shatter. Lifeless Void again, reduce healing captains again, Unholy Reinforcements, more enemies spawning, Revenge of the Void, so meteors again, and Overwhelming Corruption. This is going to be what spawns in those Void Hunters, those powerful, super powerful elites that come. They are actually now stronger than they were before and bigger than they were before, which is kind of cool. So they're easier to see. And Clone Army again, more Unholy Reinforcements, and then Council of Lords is going to make it so all the Guardians spawn simultaneously, which is what the game used to do, but now they can spawn one at a time. I'm just going to make them spawn all at once, just because I don't really want to do some of these other ones like Ethereal Lords, which makes it so even after you kill them, the bosses continue to throw out their abilities. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I guess I could do that in combination with the 2 block ones, but I feel like I'm already stacking so much block and armor on these guys that I'd rather not put more, and I don't really want more meteors falling, so there's that. Managed to get everything active here. Yeah, managed to get everything active here without having the guy who runs around and one-shots you, the Reaper guy, because he just annoys the crap out of me. So this will be a full curse run, but we won't have to deal with Reaper, and we won't have to deal with pillars. Now, one other thing that's kind of different about the game now is that each map has every map has distinct mobs, which have distinct like attack tactics and stuff, and different scaling difficulties on those mobs. So every map has this thing called danger level now, which also scales up how dangerous those guys are, right? So as you progress through the maps, enemies get more health, do more damage, and move faster. All the way up to the last one, which is the one we're going to play on pretty much every time for 2 reasons. 1, it's the hardest, and 2, I like the look of it the most. Danger level 14 with max curse activated. Not max curse intensity, but max curse level. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to play Barbarian. Barbarians, of course, have the rage mechanic. So as you attack, you build up rage over time. And then once you get enraged, you get bonus damage, bonus armor, and bonus movement speed. So runes that we're going to be running are Skill Mastery Holy to give us 5 active skills of Holy. I only chose 1. I want the hammer, and that's all I really want. Reroll Mastery is going to give us more rerolls, and Endless Refill is going to give us more rerolls and locks on the further tiers of Endless Dungeon. Synergetic is really good now because they've introduced new synergies in the game, which are very, very strong. So we'll look at those once they start popping up, but basically it makes those synergies a lot more likely to pop in. We're going to do Improved Repertory, which is going to give us 1 extra skill slot, but reduce overall damage by 15%. That's perfectly fine. We'll more than make up for that. And that skill slot is going to be Ascent of Blood, which is going to give us lots of cooldown reduction. Sure-Footed is going to give us less damage that we take and less knockback that we receive when we get hit. And the Multicast Mastery, since we're building a finesse build, we want to lean into the multicasting. And here we go. You notice that there are no just raw damage modifiers on this run that I'm doing. So I'm not sure how this will work. This is the first time I've tried this. I've played a few rounds of the new patch using Monkey King. I fully leveled him up. He's super fun. But I thought I would start with something simple and just see some other aspects of the game that I haven't seen yet. Swift is always really good. But since I'm going to be running a character that has really high block, and I gotta be somewhat close to do damage, I don't know if I'm gonna prioritize the movement as much as I normally would. They've also made a change where they cap out the amount of movement speed and the attack speed that enemies can get in the endless modes. So it's no longer absolutely essential to stack crazy turbo amounts of speed and dash. So that's nice. I'll just grab 8% raw multicast. Like I said, we're going to be leaning hard into the multicast. You can see right now, with just 9 stacks of finesse, we're at 37% multicast. That level of finesse stacks is going to go through the moon as we continue to level up. Okay, good. So we got 2 of the things that we want right away. I'm kind of considering taking Flurry as well, because Form is going to give us crit chance. That might be worth working in, actually. Getting a lot of crit chance might be worth working in over top of the armor reduction. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and lock Hammer of Justice for now, because we're definitely going to want that. And we're going to take Double Slash, because it's going to give us Debilitate, Bulwark, and Finesse. Now, on this particular build, everything is a swing except for one ability, which is a Slam. And that's going to be important for the synergy buffs that we have later. Okay, here we go. Every time you apply Bulwark, you gain a chance to gain Amplitude. Amplitude is going to increase our crit damage. Actually, that makes me think even more so that I should probably be stacking some crit chance. Yeah. You know, I think... Yeah, I think I'm going to take off the Armor Shatter and I'm going to grab... Yeah, I think I'm going to grab Flurry instead. I think that might work better. We'll see. If we start seeing that the bosses are blocking everything we do, then we'll know that that's not the play. Multicast. Wow. Alright, these are 2 really good ones. I'm going to lock that, and I'm going to take Shredding Armor. Shredding Armor is going to be huge for us. That's going to up our crit damage through the moon, and we're going to up our crit chance through the moon too. So we'll be hitting hard, we'll be hitting fast, we'll be multi-hitting, and we'll be critting. This should be a pretty good build, hopefully. We'll see. With the reduced number of circles that you have to dodge on the ground, you can keep the VFX enabled for a little bit longer too, which is kind of nice. And it feels like all the different classes are quite a bit tougher than they were before, so you can take hits a bit more, and there's more ways to heal in the game now, so it's not as essential to avoid every single thing on the ground. Like, you can get hit now and not have it screw you, which is kind of cool. Alright, Hammer of Justice, nice. So there's our healing. Okay, so Battle Stance increased crit damage chance, so crit strike chance against enemies further away. I'm not going to need this if we're going to be stacking lots of Form. Because 16% crit chance is not... I mean, it's 16% per stack of the buff. But, I mean, even still, I don't think that's going to be significant with the amount of crit chance we're going to be stacking. So I'm actually going to banish that out. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm going to lock Powerful Strikes because 15% raw damage on everything is great. And we're going to take extra area because we really need area on our swings. Our swings are going to be the majority of our damage. So it's going to be very important to scale up that. The hammer that we throw is also considered a swing, actually. The only thing that's not going to be a swing is going to be our thrust ability, which is going to be Flurry. Okay. Heart-rending Strike is one of the ones we need. That's how we're going to apply Fragility. I'm going to try to avoid taking things that just buff the area of one ability. And again, so the other crit chance was conditional. You had to be, it was only far away enemies, and since we're mostly hitting nearby enemies, it wasn't very good. But this, taking lethality and stuff might be worth considering though. But overall, I'm going to take multicast here, because multicast, we're just going to grab whenever we have it. I will take cooldown reduction on individual abilities though, because getting your cooldown reduction down super low is going to be essential, especially considering we're doing a synergy buff stacking build. Now we do have a lot of block, so we can tank hits, as you can see here. Like, I can stand in the middle of these boss abilities and not die. Alright, Subdue is going to give us scaling damage. This is going to be our main primary damage dealer. I'm going to banish out Leviathan because I don't intend to use that. Alright, skill chain Holy. Whenever you cast Holy, you have a chance to cast other skills. The only Holy ability we're going to have is Hammer of Justice. I don't think that's probably worth the level. If it were like Swing has a chance to cast Holy, we would definitely take that. A little bit of damage is not probably worth it. There we go. Raw cooldown reduction is good. That we will definitely take. Okay. Area of effect on everything is very good. So is cooldown reduction on Heartrending Strike, especially because Heartrending Strike is one of the ways that we apply fragility. It's the only way we apply fragility, really. And fragility increases all damage that enemies receive, so very valuable debuff. But we're also going to need lots of area, so we're going to take raw area as well. More attack speed on Heartrending. Here we go. Our Heartrending Strike, you can see, is already attacking very fast, and we don't even have Scent of Blood up yet. Yeah, look at this. I mean, we're enraged right now, so that's why we're attacking so crazy fast, but even still. Alright, so reduces the amount of rage consumed while enraged is active. Oh, nice, that's new. Okay, so basically we stay enraged for longer. Dude, I'm down for that. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, it's looking good. Area of effect of all area skills, which is Heartrending Strike and Whirlwind. Yeah, that's pretty good. Although Magnetic is super important now. I'm going to take Magnetic here. I'm not going to use a lock on that. We need to find one of our other skills. Flurry. There we go. So now we have a way to generate Form. Form is going to up our crit chance. Let's banish out the low-level crit thing. I will take Magnetic as a low level because they massively reduce the amount of experience that you gain overall. So when you can get the experience, I think you just generally want to take it no matter what the rarity is right now. Until you get to a certain point anyway. Oh, this is a hard choice though. We have lots of block that we're getting through the bulwark thing, so I don't think it's really worth it to waste level ups on it. We don't really have a way that we're generating armor power though. So I think grabbing armor power might be worth doing, because we're not generating resilience with this build. Resilience is a stacking buff that gives you armor, and the Monkey King gets it in spades. There's our Scent of Blood. That's our last ability that we needed, so very nice. This is looking pretty strong, I think. Alright, frequency of Scent of Blood is going to be absolutely essential. We need to get 100% uptime on this. Temper increases your cast frequency based on how many stacks of finesse you have present, and we're stacking lots and lots of finesse. So theoretically, as we level this up, this should end up being a very, very, very strong buff for us. And it's very different from how it used to be. It used to scale off of the number of enemies that are bleeding around you. So it's kind of nice as scaling off of a static buff that you have instead. You can see I have 300 stacks right now. So if I have 300%, that means we have bonus per stack 0.2. So 300 times 0.2. So we have 60% cooldown reduction on a level 1 Scent of Blood. And that's before we've really scaled it. That's pretty good. Crit damage, 24%, sure. Mostly because I don't really have rerolls, and that was the best option there. Okay, we're doing good. I do have auto-aiming on. You can hold right-click to target it, but we're going to be doing a lot of things that kind of just hit everywhere, so I'm not too worried about it. We don't need to see active skills anymore. We have everything we want. These are all amazing. These are all amazing. I don't think area of Scent of Blood really matters anymore. Yeah. I don't think area matters for Scent of Blood. Could matter for Flurry, though. Interesting, it considers that an area of effect spell still. It doesn't scale off of number of enemies in the area, so that's... I feel like they probably should change that. I think I'm just going to take Potency on Scent of Blood and see how much it goes up here. It's at 0.2 right now. And it went up to 0.3. Okay, yeah, that's worth it. If you consider we're stacking like 300 stacks of it, we'll stack more as we get more cooldown reduction. And as we get more multicast. So when we cast Holy, cast Thrust. I'm okay with this, because Thrust is how we're scaling our crit. So that one's a fine synergy to have, I think. We'll banish out the base level of block, because like I said, we're scaling so much block anyway through Bulwark, that a couple block here and there through level ups is kind of a waste. Chance to bleed, let's go. Start debuffing enemies a little bit. Definitely frequency of Scent of Blood. We need to get that 100% uptime. Reduce rage consumption, yes please. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I see we got a couple of people here hanging out. I don't know how this translates bitrate wise, but it looks actually pretty decent, I think. Area on Flurry is fine, because that'll be applying bleed quite rapidly, so if we can get that to hit the entire screen, that'd be pretty dope. Well, the entire screen in front of us anyway, because it's a frontal conal attack. Okay, so here we could take Powerful Strike, which is going to scale up the damage of our dots as well as everything else, or we can take higher dot damage for our bleed. I think I'll just take the Powerful. Scales up everything, so probably worth it. We do have a way... I thought we had a way to generate prowess, but I'm not seeing any on our bars. Oh, you know what? I think our armor strike thing was how I was going to generate prowess, so we did lose out on that by getting the crit chance. But I think this is better because we're going to get the synergy that's going to grant crit damage. Or we have the synergy that grants crit damage, so I think scaling both crit chance and crit damage is probably better than crit damage and raw damage. You can go over 100% crit chance in this game and multi-crit, so it's important to know. I didn't see any patch notes about them changing that. It really wouldn't make sense for them to change it with how they did these buffs. So, cast frequency of Subdue is already at 1 second. Yeah, let's bring it down further. That's our main damage dealer. We want to get it down to about 0.2 seconds if possible. Scent of Blood is up. I'm going to pay attention to this down here on the bottom and see, take more bleed damage, see how much downtime we have on Scent of Blood. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 seconds of downtime-ish. More multicast. So we're definitely going to want to continue to scale that cooldown reduction. Once we hit 100% cooldown reduction on Scent of Blood, we won't need to scale it any further, so we're saving advantage for that. Swing. Oh, this is essential. This is going to give us so much healing, it's going to be ridiculous. Whenever you cast a skill type of Swing, you have a chance of casting another holy skill. We only have one holy skill. So basically, every other thing we do, including Scent of Blood, is a swing. So everything we do other than our Hammer of Justice has an 8% chance to proc a Hammer of Justice. It's amazing. We're just going to be throwing out Thor hammers everywhere. You can already see it has increased massively. Like, we're going from 2 to 3 out at a time to like 7 or 8 out at a time now. They go out and return to you too, which is pretty dope. War experience. Every time you apply finesse, gain a stack of bulwark. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies are super strong, because these buffs are super strong. 50% chance. Yes, please. Yeah, see, this is why these synergies multicast of all these things? Yes. Raw damage reduction. Sure. That'll be good for us early, actually. Oh, shoot, I meant to unlock it. Well, I just wasted a multicast thing. I swear I clicked the unlock button there. QQ. Mistakes were made. Increase the damage of double slash or magnetic. Let's take magnetic. More experience is always good. You know what I should do? I should post that we're live on the Discord or on the Reddit for this game and the Discord for this game, huh? Let's do that real quick. Media and builds, right? Where you post that. And Reddit, Soulstone Survivors. New link. Back to the stream. Let's take cooldown reduction. Yes, please. Alright. Poisonous blood. Whenever you apply poison, bleed, apply poison. 75% chance. Yes, that sounds great. I don't know if we're really going to be scaling those too much, but I mean, eventually, if we can just apply everything, it's not bad. Chance for every attack we do to just apply poison? Sure. Sure, why not? It's a low level poison, but look how fast we're attacking. You know, it adds up. Yeah, look at the amount of poison on those enemies' health bars. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. That added up way quicker than I thought it would. Damage increase of a main damage dealer? Yes, please. I mean, it is a multicast build, right? And we're attacking super fast. We'll take area. Alright, so it's the 7-minute first floor. That's decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent. They've also reworked the Overlord mode to be something a little bit different now, so let's go ahead and explore that a little bit. It's now Overlord Arena mode, which is an endless arena. So, okay, cool. Whoa. Oh, my screen like froze there for a second. That was funky. Okay. Okay. That's a new song. Oh no, it isn't. Never mind. Rage gain seems good, but I think just raw experience is the bee's knees. Okay. Potency of Scent of Blood, yes please. Basically a Scent of Blood build, so. Tactical advantage, increase your critical damage against faraway enemies. No, not really helpful. We will take more bleeding damage though, per stack, when we randomly proc it. That sounds pretty good. I'm surprised at how much the poison really stacks up. It seems to be a little bit stronger than the bleed. We're going to take more experience gain. We really, really need to stack lots of experience gain, so. Amplitude was crit damage. Yes, let's grab more of that. So right now we're getting, wow, that's a lot of crit damage, isn't it? 1,218% crit damage with a 1.4% chance to crit, so it's guaranteed crits every single time with a chance to double crit. Duration of Scent of Blood, that could do it. Let's see, what do we got? We have duration of 10 seconds, cooldown of 17 seconds. I guess that's an easier way to check, huh? So we have 7 seconds of downtime. Yeah, we'll grab that. Oh, we'll lock it. We'll grab it next turn. We'll grab more crit damage this turn. There we go. More duration. Between cooldown reduction and duration, we should be pretty good here. I guess Scent of Blood. Wait, Scent of Blood gives us cast frequency, yeah. 4-second downtime, that's not bad. We're getting there. Need to get our area up a little bit more. Our whirlwind doesn't really hit the whole screen yet. I do feel like they've scaled down your area scaling a bit, which is fine. Multicast chance of frontal skills, that's a large majority of our skills. Okay. Yeah, we're still doing pretty good here. More armor, always good. Alright, and it doesn't really look like we're taking a whole lot as far as hits go. And we are throwing off our heals pretty frequently as well, so this build seems pretty strong. It's increasing the amount of rage we gain per hit. We can just keep that uptime on our enrage as high as possible. I'd be interested to kind of watch and see how much downtime we actually have on that. Frequency of subdue. At 0.8 cooldown, and now it's still at 0.8. I was hoping that would get a little bit better, but might have to get more and more frequency. Alright, green upgrade on laceration. Oh, laceration, this is different than bloodshed. Increases the damage of every bleed you apply by 40%. This one just does this one does raw flat amount, and this one does percent scaling. Interesting. Okay, let's lock laceration and take bloodshed. We should be able to get a pretty significant amount of bleed stacked up on enemies if we focus on that a little bit. If I could find a similar thing for poison, that would be really awesome, because poison appears to be extremely strong. Like, almost broken strong, to a point where I think you might want to consider including the rune for it on every build. Cooldown reduction on our Heartrending Strike. It's pretty good. That gave us a little bit of an increase. We went from 0.8 to 0.7. It's not bad at all. Yeah, look at that. A lot of bleed. A lot of poison. Multicast, we have two different multicast options here. And we have an area of effect. I'm going to take the multicast on Heartrending, and I'm going to just lock in the area of effect, because I really think we need area of effect. And I don't want to use 3 locks to get 3 skills. I'd rather just use 1 lock to get 2 skills. A little bit more efficient. And we're getting so much multicast anyway through finesse that I don't know how much value it really has at this point. Okay, we still don't have 100% uptime, so we'll lock that, we'll grab area. It does appear to be a lot harder to get 100% uptime on active skill buffs. Because I think part of that's because you can get less cooldown reduction in general. Okay, we're going to lock Merciless and take frequency. I think also part of it's you get less levels in general, so the combination of the two things kind of balances it out, so your scaling isn't quite as nutty as it used to be. It's still pretty nutty though, as you can see. It's still pretty nutty. Merciless. Yeah, we're getting a significant amount of poison and bleed on them. If we could get something, I know there is a passive you can get that increases the rate at which bleed ticks, so that would be pretty interesting to get. When things start getting a little bit harder later on, I'll start holding right click on the bosses so I can target my hammers at them, but I don't think we're at the point yet that we have to really worry about that. I think that's going to be around MS 4 or 5 that things are going to start hitting really hard. Okay. Continue working towards permanent uptime on Scent of Blood. We do have more locks again because we took endless refill. But I don't really want to lock for a green upgrade of anything, unless it's area. Or a cooldown reduction, maybe. And we just have so much multi-chance. I know it kind of gets some diminishing returns at a certain point. But I don't know that that's really that valuable. You can get up to about 80% damage reduction before you start getting diminishing returns on armor, so we're just going to stack some armor here. Okay, looking good. Still absolutely destroying the bosses. Grab more bleed damage. I might be leaning too much into bleed. But I've already kind of committed to it a good amount, so I think I'm going to stick with it. But poison is better, and that was a green poison, so... I mean, we are stacking a lot of poison and a lot of bleed on these guys. Let's grab more experience. Always more experience. Crit damage. And blue crit damage is too strong to pass. Even 4 more poison. And we're starting to get to a point where we're taking some damage. So we might need to turn down the spell effects somewhat soon, so we can actually see the stuff we're supposed to dodge. Let's hold right click and see how quickly we can kill someone. And cast a holy chance for swing. Use the amount of range you're getting while your health is below a certain level. Now let's do this. Swing. Focus this guy and see how long it takes. Not bad. Okay. Looking pretty good still. Let's turn down the graphics a little bit. Also turn down the sound effects for the abilities just a little. There we go. Okay, damage increases. I'll reroll for that. Every time you gain finesse, gain bulwark, yes. We should probably be using our rerolls a little bit more. We have a lot of them built up. We should probably fish for some good upgrades at this point. I'd really love to have more area of effect here. Very close to having permanent uptime on that. Magnetic, nice. That was a blue magnetic too. It's 30% more experience. Heck yeah. And let's grab some more armor, or more health rather. I do think we need to start stacking health because at a certain point enemies will start hitting for 200 or 300 and we need to be able to absorb a hit in order to heal it back up. I don't have anything that scales damage-wise off of health, but that's fine. Alright, on to Endless 3. Let's do more bleed damage. General cooldown reduction, sure. Oh, I should have rolled. What level are we? 80? Yeah, levels are gonna start coming in pretty slow now. Let's roll. Green Venom. So poison now transfers. Basically, poison is now both poison and rot. Curse is both curse and doom. Let's roll this. This should give us 100% uptime. Real close. Real close. More potency, this might just do it. Let me recast it, we'll see. Area of effect for swing, hell yeah. That's what we need. Recast. Not yet. Okay. Not yet. What is this? I lock both of those. Take poisonous blood. We're applying a lot of bleed. And making the poison that we chain with the bleed application better seems really good. Again, let me take crit damage on this one. The synergies are like crazy powerful. Especially the ones that scale just raw damage that don't have diminishing returns. Eventually we'll be able to take that unbreakable. Eventually. Game just keeps giving us good upgrade options. Makes it harder. Suffering from success kind of thing, huh? Successful RNG. There we go. Makes those fast attacking like incinerates and the poisons on the ground hurt a lot less when you get those unbreakables. Yes, more swing gives holy cast. Yes. Let's go and aim this one. What is this? Okay. Let's lock Ravenous and take the golden synergy upgrade. Hell yeah. Do we have 100% uptime yet on Flurry? Let's see. Every 0.2 seconds. It doesn't say how long it lasts for, though. That's kind of hard to tell on that one without turning up my effects, and I don't think I could see it even if I turned up my effects, so. Alright. Take more poisonous blood. The poison's just really strong. I wish I had a way to apply Doom. Hopefully we get the synergy that transfers whatever poison goes to. I think it's poison to burn, right? Do we have that? No, we don't have poison to burn yet, do we? Okay. Duration of scent of blood. This should get us there. This should get us there. Alright, Endless 4. Or Arena Overlord 4, whatever. My computer's core temperature is at 92 degrees Celsius. It's melting down. Oh god. Okay, we're at the point where we get one shot. Okay, so we do still need to stack movement. Because we still gotta dodge a good amount of stuff, it looks like. I just instantly lost the life there before I could heal it back up. Yes, more aptitude. Wait, there it is. Poison applies doom. Let's go. I wonder if that counts on the transfers. On like when the poison transfers from one to another. What's our chance to dodge? 90% chance to dodge. With a 60% damage reduction. Nice. Or sorry, block, not dodge, but you know what I mean. Alright, yes, we have permanent uptime on Scent of Blood, but we can still increase the potency to reduce the cooldown of everything else. Because we do not have capped cooldowns on everything else yet. Let's grab potency. My computer hates me. Way too much stuff to process. Alright, more bleed damage, yes. Let's go. So many number calculations going off. My computer's like, what are you doing? Why am I calculating this many numbers at once? All the time. Infected wounds. Your critical strikes now apply poison? Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's frickin' go, man. Wow, look at that. Okay, bosses are starting to get harder to kill. Get more health so we don't get one shot in case we take a boss hit that we don't block. We have 2,200% crit damage. Attacks now just have a chance to apply Doom. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. We're at the point now where the regular elites hit for like 40 or 50. Terrified to see what the bosses hit for. Luckily we haven't found out. Vicious Strikes is irrelevant because we're critting all the time. More area of effects. We have so much multicast that 665%. We're massive diminishing returns at this point. But I almost think that you should ignore multicast upgrades with this build. altogether, outside of things that give you finesse, because we're just naturally getting the multicast off cooldown reduction and finesse. We can banish out the duration stuff for Scent of Blood now, because we're at 100% uptime. That should get rid of that whole skill tree, hopefully. It's a large amount of area for Whirlwind, we'll take that. Since that's a circular ability, area of effect is even more effective on it. 112 hit from that Void Lord. Thankfully, we are healing up a good amount with our Holy Hammer. But I think if a boss hits us and we don't block it, we're just one shot probably. I don't want to do the tactical advantage things. Not into that at the moment. Holy has a chance to cast Swing. Maybe need something stronger at this point. Large amount of area of effect for everything, yeah, that's good. Take that. We're at about half the screen for our Whirlwind at this point, so. It also makes our hammers bigger, which is not nothing. Our frontal attacks, I think, are pretty much hitting the whole screen at this point, but... take potency for Scent of Blood for more global cooldown reduction for everything. What is our cooldown reduction currently? At 0.6 per stack, cast frequency is 260%. It's pretty good. 0.4 seconds on most abilities. Might not seem like much, but the difference between like 0.4 and 0.5 is pretty significant when you're attacking as much as we are. And we're getting all these multicasts off. More damage on our bleeds. Nice. Scaling the percent of the raw number. Okay, there we go. We're on to Endless 5. We've already lost one cheat life, though, at the beginning of that last round. I think the danger area is at the beginning of the round, when the elites first spawn, before we ramp up our block through Bulwark. Once we ramp up our block through Bulwark, it's not that big of a deal. But before that point, it can be kind of scary. So we just gotta kind of dodge and dash here at the beginning a little bit. More than any other time. There we go. No, not yet, hon. Okay. Bulwark is ramped up. We should be pretty tanky now. A lot of poison guys spitting stuff everywhere, though. Oh, that's a large amount of health. Let's take that. We definitely want to stack that up more. Okay. Bosses are up. Let's see if we... oh, okay. Boss hit me only for 58. That's not bad. More potency for our Scent of Blood. That one hit for 53. We can heal that up if that's all. Oh, that one hit for 135, so that one hit a lot harder. We gotta watch for those melee attacks and for the like big projectiles that take a second to charge, because those ones hit pretty hard usually. Like that one that this guy's about to cast, if I get hit by it, is getting hurt real bad. Grab more poison damage. We dodged it though, so it's okay. Okay. Still doing good. Crazy amounts of crit damage though. Oh my gosh. Almost 3,000 stacks. 2,235% crit damage. It's insane. More Doom. Just like quadruples our Doom application. That's good. Alright. Dodging. We took a big hit there. Oh, that... Wow, that was 120. Okay. About a third of our life pool. %more experience. We're at level 111. There is now a level cap of 150. I haven't actually hit that yet, because I have died before that point every time, but this one might be a contender for getting there. I don't think we need the multicast. I also don't think 10% area is worth it. I will take more potency for cooldown reduction though, see if we can shave off another fraction of a second. We shaved off another fraction of a second on our double slash. Not only is that giving us damage, it's also giving us damage reduction through bulwark application buffs. Yeah, I think a way to generate prowess might be good. I don't know what I would swap out though is the problem. Everything kind of has a purpose. The only thing you could really swap out, I guess, would be Whirlwind. You'd have less bulwark, but you'd generate prowess and then be able to convert prowess into resilience. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's look for the Earth Slam again. Obviously not this particular one. What's doing most of our damage? I predict it's gonna be Subdue. Yeah. Yeah, Subdue by a significant margin, but Flurry's actually doing a lot. So I'm glad we picked that up. Upping the damage of our highest damage dealer by a significant amount is pretty good though. Especially because we don't have prowess, which we don't really have any raw % damage scaling, we just have crit damage and crit chance. So if we can get prowess in here, it's going to give us raw % scaling, which should skyrocket our damage to a point where we're killing bosses a lot quicker. And we're less likely to get one shots. Getting exposed could be good too, because that's a % damage increase. It also grants form and bulwark. Actually, you know what? This might be better than Flurry. Yeah, this might be better than Flurry. This also grants exposed as a debuff on enemies. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be curious on the bosses how many stacks of exposed we get. See if this is worth it, if we last to the bosses. These guys are hitting really hard now. Okay, here's bosses. Let's grab more health. Okay, so we're getting about 100 stacks of exposed. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's 800% damage increase per hit. Yeah, okay, that's extreme. It's extremely good. Now, if we can get prowess in here to replace Whirlwind, I think we're gonna be cooking with fire, boys. More area on our swings. Yeah, I'm down for that. Although I guess we really don't need that anymore for replacing Whirlwind. Whirlwind was the main reason we were trying to focus on scaling our swing area, because we're already hitting our frontal swings for the entire map, I think. So that was spooky. We got closed in from all sides. Yeah, the Chaos guy is our scariness here. Brutal strikes, your crits now apply bleed. Yeah, that's really good. We're critting so many times. Oh jeez. Okay. Alrighty. Let's continue scaling that bleed, I guess. One level deeper. On to Arena 6. I think that's the furthest I've made it since the patch, so build must be pretty solid. Yeah, do you think swapping out Whirlwind for the Ground Slam is going to improve this build, though? Nope, we're going to die. Or we're going to lose a cheap death anyway. Oh, never mind, we got our bulwark ramped up, we're good now. Hopefully. Skill chain, swing into thrust. That's our thrust. Yeah. Sounds good. I think I need to just turn off effects right now because my game's starting to lag out a little. There we go. Much better. Yeah, this on guard skill is new and it's really good. And we're looking for something that's going to grant us prowess. This does prowess and resilience, actually. I mean, it's not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to stack our buffs quite a lot. So let's do that. Let's get rid of Whirlwind. It does add another, like, attack type into the mix. So now we have slams as well, which is not ideal to add a third type, but I still think it's probably worth it because it's giving us so much armor. And we went from having a damage reduction of like 60% to 74%, so it's 15% damage reduction, 14% damage reduction. It's going to vary depending on how quick we're hitting at any given time, but can't banish that, unfortunately. A little bit more health sounds good. We'll take any health increments we can get as long as they're green or above. Yeah, the addition of prowess just made us shred bosses so much faster now. Alright, this might be better than Seismic Shock, because it's going to be doing an area, like a circular area for the attack. But this gives us more prowess. This gives us 10% prowess and 5 resilience. This one gives us 8% and 4 resilience. I think we'll keep Seismic Shock. We're not really taking it for the damage, we're taking it for the buffs. But yeah, we'll keep that. More cast frequency. I don't know that low amount is going to make that big of a difference at this point. I think outside of Scent of Blood upgrades of potency, I don't think we need it. Riddle would be interesting to work into the mix, but that would add another synergy type. And we'd have to drop something, so pass. Okay. Now we're using our rolls. Movement speed might not be bad at this point. We're moving a little slow for this level of the game. We do still want to be able to move out of stuff when possible. More health, yes please. We want to give ourselves as much padding as we can for healing back up. Things are hitting so hard now. Lock, treading armor. Amplitude's always great. And just increase our raw bleed damage that we do. Where's he? There he is. That was a green percentage scaling for bleed, so definitely worth it. And more shredding armor is great as well. Okay. Priestess. Okay, we're killing bosses pretty quick again, so that's good. A blue cooldown reduction is probably worth grabbing. Even with how many stacks of finesse we're getting. Or how many stacks of scent of blood we're getting. More poison damage. Their bar turns green. Like the enemy's health bar turns green before they're even at half health. That's how much poison we're doing. Alright. Looking good. Endless 7. Oh wow, that almost one-shotted me there. What is this? More experience. I don't think we have that yet. Every time you apply finesse, chance to gain bulwark. Oh, we do have that already, but yeah, that's good. Bulwark's our main, like, dodge ability. Up to about 1400-ish. Block, spreading armor, and take faithful strikes. Block chance of 90%, 90.3. The block is just like a total dodge, so very good. Take shredding armor, more crit damage. We're up to 2,263 crit damage. That must be the cap. Oh, maybe there's diminishing returns at a certain point. For your buff. There must be some sort of hard cap on it. Because we've went from like 2,000 stacks of the crit damage buff to like 4,000 stacks. It's only went up by 100%. Cast frequency of on guard is not really helpful. There's armor shatter, 8% prowess, and gives shatter. But we lose the resilience. That we gain off seismic shock, and I think the resilience we gain off seismic shock is pretty dang important. I think we're good to start skipping those again. Sure, more crit damage. A small incremental increase at this point, considering how much we have total, but we're starting to run out of rerolls. There we go. Here we go. Doom applies burn. Now we have another debuff in the mix. We didn't take Reaper, but we're applying so many debuffs, like, doesn't hurt to add another one. For one talent level, why not? War experience, more finesse into bulwark, yeah. It's more survivability, pretty important. Looks like we're about 1800 bulwark now, 1900. Which is about 90.5, so we gain 0.3 by getting that level. Not a lot. And you can't become completely immortal, but... Okay, chance to just apply burn in general, but such a low amount of damage. But we hit so often, it might be worth it. Yeah, that's a pretty significant amount of yellow on the bar for one talent point. I mean, they just die so quick anyway. I don't know if the dots are really worth it at this point, outside of Doom. But presuming we avoid getting one shot at a certain point. Good. More healing. At a certain point, the bosses won't die as quickly, and then the dots are more important, you know? Yeah, like right now, actually. We're getting to that point. Wow, we're on Endless 8. Well, I was planning on doing multiple runs this stream, but this stream might just end up being one run. Holy cow. Oh, there's a cheat death. Oh, and there's our death. Okay, so we got up to Endless 8. Pretty stinking good. 41.1 billion damage with Subdue. Wow. Let's look at details on this. On Guard actually did a significant amount of DPS. I mean, the overall damage was relatively low because we implemented it quite late, but still pretty significant. Seismic Shock didn't do any damage really, but it wasn't there to do damage. Yeah, Whirlwind wasn't really doing anything for us, so replacing that with Seismic Shock was definitely the play. That was definitely the play. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just call that there for this stream. I'll probably do some more tomorrow at some point. If you guys liked it, like it, that kind of thing. And, subscribe to the channel. We don't put out content as much as we used to, but we're pretty busy these days. So, all right. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and look for more Soulstone Survivor content in the future.